Hi everyone, my name is Nicole Slowey and I'm the Operations Director here at Qdos. In this video today, I'm going to be discussing the upcoming autumn budget. Before we get started, I just want to make a small disclaimer that I don't have a crystal ball and these are just some general thoughts as far as what we think might happen in next week's budget. I suppose the important thing to remember is that budgets can surprise us and sometimes they do bring things out that are completely unexpected. The overriding view is that the budget is going to be a tricky balance of growth, recovery, spending and debt in a post-pandemic Britain. The challenge for the Chancellor will be between choosing balancing the books or spending the country's way out of the financial crisis. Now, what is interesting about this budget is that we've actually already been notified of two pretty significant tax changes this year already. So back in March, we had the announcement around the corporation tax increases. And then in September of this year, the Prime Minister and the Chancellor announced the Health and Social Care Levy. As part of the Health and Social Care Levy, what that's going to mean is we're going to see increases on national insurance tax levels as well as dividend tax. So again, two very big and significant tax changes before we've actually even gone into the budget. So with this being the case, can we really expect to see additional headline tax increases? A lot of experts say no, but the thing that we do need to remember is that the country is in a position with the greatest amount of debt that we have had since the 1960s. That being said, there are murmurs around changes to capital gains tax and inheritance tax, as well as there also being some noise around this being a more technical budget. And when people say technical budget, what they're largely saying is you need to look into the intricate detail of the budget documentation itself in order to actually understand the scale of some of the measures that have been introduced. Now, some of the other areas that we might expect some focus on is climate and green initiatives. So with COP26 taking place in Glasgow this month, the Chancellor is likely to use the budget as an opportunity to showcase our green strategy. Now again, this could go one of two ways. We could see something big and bold or something potentially small and lacking. Now looking to the self-employed market specifically, whilst in past budgets we have waited in nervous anticipation for big measures like IR35 reform, we don't see anything directly targeting this sector. However, going back to the national insurance hike that I mentioned earlier, we can't forget that this also affects dividend tax. So organisations that engage limited company contractors themselves, and umbrella workers and agency PAYE workers are all going to be affected by these changes. If we had our way, we would of course be welcoming work to rethink IR35 reform and also a tax system that works for genuinely self-employed and those in business on their own account. Unfortunately, this isn't something that we're likely to see as part of this budget. Whilst we might not see any big tax rate or tax generating initiatives, we should think beyond the budget. And we shouldn't forget that the government, the Treasury and HMRC can use their compliance activities as a means of generating tax revenue. So the activity that we've seen over the last couple of months in respect of off-payroll reform compliance checks will likely continue as it contributes to that wider fiscal consideration that will definitely be high on the agenda of the government departments. Thank you for watching today. We will be back next week with a full rundown of the budget itself. To make sure that you don't miss out on the video, please ensure that you're subscribed to our channel.